Chapter 43. I didn't expect my palms to be so powerful. A powerful force appeared and broke through the roof with a bang. The power of heaven and earth fluctuated about, then surged towards the house where Big Smart's seclusion was taking place. Songshi sensed the commotion and strode out. His gaze landed on the courtyard beside him, and he saw a hole in the roof of the house. The true chi released by Big Smart transformed into a 10-foot-tall ball, and there was a faint mooing sound. He could tell that Big Smart had successfully broken through to the connate realm. Generally speaking, because the connate realm could mobilize the power of heaven and earth. When the cultivation technique was circulated, it would fuse with one's genuine chi and form a unique phenomenon. For example, the phenomenon after the prana technique was that of a bull. The iron sand palm was a piece of fine sand, and the 9-yang divine technique was the sun. The different cultivation techniques perfected could be seen through the phenomenon formed. Barbaric bulls symbolized strength, sand symbolized firmness and change, whereas the sun symbolized masculine and explosive strength. They each had their own area of focus. Swoosh, a burly figure jumped out from the broken roof. Big Smart was full of energy. His entire body was filled with thick genuine chi, causing his 200-pound weight to be like a feather as he easily flew across the roof. He was comparable to a postnatal expert who had cultivated the high-tier bounce technique. When he discovered Songshi, he laughed out loud. "Young master, I've broken through. If I encounter those damn things again, I'll have the strength to fight now. Not bad." Songshi nodded slightly, sincerely happy for Big Smart. After all, this guy had kept his chastity for decades with extremely rare perseverance. "Young master, how can you say that it's not bad? It should be very powerful. You don't know how difficult it is to reach the connate realm. It's not an exaggeration to say that it's 1 in a million." Big Smart was not satisfied with this praise. Just as he was about to talk about the difficulty of breaking through to the connate realm, he sensed Songshi's aura, and his eyes could not help but widen. Crack! He crushed a tile under his foot and fell off the roof with a thud. More than 200 tons of weight smashed down, causing fallen leaves to flutter in the air and dust to flutter on the ground. Big Smart gritted its teeth and stood up. Fortunately, he was not injured. He had no time to care about the pain he felt in his body. Instead, he stared at Songshi as if he had seen a ghost. "Young master, your aura." "Yes, I'm also at the connate realm now. I broke through about 15 minutes ago." Songshi smiled teasingly. "Now what were you saying just now?" Big Smart was stunned. He had just said that the connate realm was very difficult. Only 1 in a million can achieve it. In the end, his master became a connate cultivator even faster than him. But most importantly, this young master had only learned a few days of martial arts. He had been following the other party for 10 years. If Songshi secretly practiced martial arts, he would have definitely known. However, the connate aura he exuded at this moment was ferocious and genuine. Moreover, the force emitted made him feel pressured. This was definitely not an illusion. This meant that Songshi had really reached the connate realm before him. That doesn't make sense. Big Smart had a bitter expression. It doesn't make sense at all. How can someone reach the connate realm after only a few days of cultivation? Where does this put someone like me who only reached the connate realm after cultivating for 30 years? He began to doubt his life. He had practiced martial arts at the age of 6 and had guarded his body for 30 years to maintain a mouthful of pure connate yang energy, so that he could break through to the connate realm one day. If not for this young master's connate pill, he would not have dared to even try. Now that he had succeeded, he was not very happy. This was because he realized that upon comparing himself to Songshi, he was actually trash, which infuriated him. Seeing Big Smart's expression change, Songshi smiled and said, "Don't belittle yourself. I'm a genius. My situation is just unique. Even a genius won't be like you, young master. You're a monster." At this point, Big Smart revealed a look of horror and hurriedly took a few steps back. "Young master, could it be that you were possessed by some old demon, and that's how you became so powerful all of a sudden?" "Possess your head?" Songshi's face darkened as he slapped Big Smart. Crimson flames flashed and waves of fire surged, as if the sun was in the sky. Scorching genuine chi condensed into an iron sand-like palm print out of thin air and struck towards Big Smart. Big Smart, who was also unconvinced, lashed out his palm in retaliation as well. Translucent connate genuine chi condensed into his palm, and the force of a bull and collided with Songshi's iron sand palm. Boom! Genuine Eki exploded, and Big Smart's palm energy collapsed the moment it came into contact with the power of the iron sand palm. His expression changed as he was sent flying by the energy of Songshi's palm. The aftershock of the impact spread around the courtyard, sweeping up a huge gust of wind. Before the wind could reach Big Smart, the latter had already shattered the fence in the courtyard after he was sent flying. There was a palm print on his chest, and his clothes were charred black. Big Smart clutched his chest and spat out a mouthful of blood. He looked especially disheveled and said in shock, his genuine chi actually left his body. "Young master has really reached the connate realm, and his cultivation is far stronger than mine." The separation of genuine chi from the body was also a sign of the connate realm. The strength of the genuine chi determined the difference in connate strength. He could not even withstand a single palm strike from Songshi, which meant that the difference was huge. I'm sorry. I was careless. I didn't expect my palm to be so powerful." Songshi smiled awkwardly. He really did not expect his young master's 9 Yong true energy to be so powerful. Big Smart had just broken through the connate realm like him, but was not his match at all. He looked a little sheepish. "Are you all right?" "Fortunately, old Liu, I cultivated the prana art and have a strong body. Otherwise, I would really have been slapped to death by you." Big Smart smiled bitterly. For the first time, he felt reverence towards Songshi. Regardless of the reason why this young master possessed such powerful strength, he is no longer resentful towards it. Songshi walked over and reached out his hand to pull Big Smart up. "I have a healing elixir with me. Here, take it." Songshi took out the rejuvenation pill and handed it to Big Smart. He basically had no use for it. If he really wanted to recover, he could break his meridians and die, to directly revive to prime condition. Big Smart's heart warmed. He understood that his young master did not know how powerful he was and was not deliberately showing off his ability. He took the pill and opened it. Just by smelling the fragrance emitted, he felt comfortable all over. He said in surprise, "These must be healing precious pills that are of a high grade. It's too wasteful for me to eat these for my light injuries right now. Young master, give them to Elder Kin. His injuries are very serious. If we don't treat him, he might not be able to survive." Big Smart had received some guidance from Elder Kin before. Seeing that this rejuvenation pill was extraordinary, he wanted to repay Elder Kin by helping him through his injuries. Songshi nodded. "All right. After all, Elder Kin was injured because of my Song family. It's fine to give it to him. It'll help treat your injuries instead." He remembered that the 9 Yong divine technique had a very strong healing effect. He went over and pressed Big Smart's shoulder, injecting pure 9 Yong true energy into his meridians. Big Smart's body trembled as he felt a fiery power enter his body. Then, it spread into a warm area, and the injured area immediately warmed up. In just a short while, Big Smart's injuries had mostly recovered. He exclaimed, astonished, "Young master's true chi is really magical. It actually has such an effect too. In another day at most, I will definitely recover completely." "That's good. To express my apology, it'll bring you to the new moon brothel to relax." Songshi smiled. He wanted to meet Yu Ruxu again. "Forget it." Big Smart was dumbfounded by Songshi's suggestion and remarked, "After our Song family encountered such a misfortune, I'm sure they would rather avoid us. Moreover, it's not suitable for us to seek pleasure at such a time. Then I'll owe you one for now. In the future, you can tell me which girl you like. Songshi agreed with Big Smart's reasoning. Even if he wanted to see Yu Ruxu, he should go in private. The Demon Slayers division probably knew about Yu Ruxu's identity. Moreover, now that the plague had erupted in Silken City, and that the goo worm seemed to have spread as well, New Moon Brothel could have chosen to stop their business for now. Then let's go to the government office. I still need to check up on my father.